Good morning and welcome back to the Amputee Angler in different settings today. I am on the River Wye up near Hereford and we are chasing barbel with a bycatcher chub, possibly, maybe, probably definitely. And we're going to have a go today on the feeder. So we're doing a bit of link ledgering, bit of feeder in, bit of standard ledger on the meat, on the pellet, and we're going to try and catch a barbel. It's a fish I've never caught. I've always wanted to catch one as a kid. I've just never actually gone out to try to catch one. So first time having a proper go today. I've come up here with Craig and I was with a few others, but they've gone home. We had a bit of a descent coming down and I'll show you the route in later, but quite a steep drop on my butt, no dignity, and we're having a go today. Put the bait out already. Going to get plagued with kayakers coming down, but we share the water. Is what it is, but we're going to have a good go today, probably till about dinner time, and then go from there. Right, while we're waiting for a bite, sorry. Firstly, I'm in a vest because it is red hot today. It is hot. It's 22 degrees, I think it is. So I'm not in a black t-shirt because I would simply melt. Right, baits. So, couple of baits. I've got pellets and I've got meat with me, and I've got some additives which I'll show you in a minute. Basically, with the meat, the smaller you go, the more chance you got of catching a chub. So if I want to get a small bit of meat on, high chance I'm going to catch a chub, which I don't mind to start with because it gets to blank out, but I'm here for a barbel. So all this is a bit of meat. This is the dynamite stuff, but normal luncheon meat works fine, anything like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of halibut additive to that, and that is just going to be sorry, this is just a dark, this is actually a sweet one, but I've got a halibut one from Fuka, a new range. I've got a liquid one and I've got a powder one. Now the powder one you literally just sprinkle on and you leave it to soak for a little bit, but this is good for adding to ground baits and the rest of it. But I'm going to put a bit on the meat, and then for the barbel, all I'm going to do is half that bit there. It'll be a big chunk and then it'll be on a hair rig, and that is it. Drop that down nice and easy, cast it out to the front, it swings round, hold it there for 5-10 minutes, and if you haven't got a bite, you simply reset. I'm on a link ledger, but I'll show you that in a minute. We do have a lot of canoes and paddleboarders going past, and they will disturb your swim, but I think the fish are used to it, to be honest with you. And then later on, I might put a proper ledger on, and I've got robin red pellets that the bailiff kindly gave me, very good. They've been getting a lot of fish on these lately. So yeah, pellet, halibut meat, and that's it. Link ledger trotted down. Hopefully we can get something for you, and I'm going to change the bait in a minute, so I'll show you the rigs when I do.
We just touched hips here.
Right, before we bait up, quickly re-show you the rig. It's just a link ledger. So we've got 2 float stops, a length of line to a little swivel, and I've left a little tag end in it. We've got 3 swan shots, so that's the weight. And then that's locked in by the 2 float stops there. Little length, again, to another swivel, down to a mono hair rig. I think that's a size 10, I think that is. A decent length hair on there, and that's it. And then that's all we're doing, and then we're going to take our meat, which has been marinated in the Fuka, the scent. There's our meat, and I'm going to round that off in a minute, but we're going to just loop that on. Just push it over the hair there like that. I'll get a little stick and I'll put the hair stop in there in a minute for the hair stop. So we'll look. Normally just use what you can find on the floor. I see a perfect little bit down here. So yeah, use a little bit of twig for the hair stop. Just put that in, push the meat down to it, and then the stick just stops it from pulling through the meat. Fish don't care about it. So there it is there. It's going to twist that round the shank of the hook a couple of times just to make that hair a little bit shorter. And then I'm just going to bury the hook into the meat. It says, yeah, bury the hook into the meat like that. and then we're all good. And then with a pair of scissors, I'm just going to just round the edges off slightly, just to help it trundle. Doesn't make it, it makes it look a bit less man-made, if that makes sense. Yeah, just round it off, and then that there is our bait. Not worried about the hook point being proud, they'll have it, run off of it, you strike it, done anyway. Flip this out, let it trundle round. When it gets as far down as I want it to go, engage the bail arm, watch it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe if you're getting bites, repeat. Alright, so I've got this, oh, there's a bite, there's a bite, there's a bite, there's a bite, there's a bite guys, there's a bite. Oh, just had a proper little knock round then. Just about to show you the halibut sensate powder, and I think I've got a chub having a go at the bite, at the bait. Go on, have a go. What they do is they get it up and they give it a little head shake. They don't always grab it and knock it round. Good sign though, fish in the swim. I'm told a barbel will just have you around. A bit like a smooth hound for comparison for the sea fishing world, a bit like a smooth hound in that you don't always get a little touch. Sometimes your rod's just going in the water. So I'm constantly, if I see anything, I'm like, ah. But I think that was a chub bite, just picking it up. It has been out there a while, I'm due to change it, but let's show you this sensate stuff. So all I've done is I've cut up a couple of cubes of meat into the pot, ready. Got the halibut sensate powder, which is basically, it looks like garlic granules. It's a proper fine powder. All I'm going to do is I'm going to coat my meat in that. He says. I'm going to put a good liberal sprinkle in. Fold that back over, and then to give that a good soaking. That's my first time using this, so I don't know if it works, but I did the maggot dye test, and that worked really, really well. I'm hoping this is going to give me a bit of an edge here. And there you go. That's the barbel meat, and I will round these edges off in a minute. I'll take a pair of scissors, snip those off. Cool, yeah, but that has added a nice strong flavour to that, so that will sit there now until I want to change the bait, which I'm going to do now in a second. But yeah, that's the Fuka sensate powder. Hopefully that's going to catch some fish. Oh, I think we've got something on there. There's fish on there, guys. Well, fish on, guys. Oh, got no idea what this is. I've never caught a barbel before, but it's heavy. No idea what this is because I've never caught a barbel, so it's not kiting off. Just holding it in the stream. Swimming up tide, it's got some power, but it's a chub. There we go, first fish of the day, guys. There we go. Chub, first of the day, couple of pound, nice little scrap in that weather, in that water, sorry, there we go, lovely fish. That's all that was on. Fuka Sensate halibut, covered luncheon meat on a hair. Saw a couple of bites, just left it, still getting it, just lifted into it, and it had already swam up tide. Yeah, chubbed a couple of pounds. It's a start to the day. Hello friends. Are we starting way up tide or just straight out?
Straight out's fine, mate, because you want to leave the bail arm off and let it trundle. You want to be on the far edge of the flow.
Okay, yeah, okay. Right, let's find out first cast. Okay. Bail arm on or off, you say?
Off, let the line go out. Let it trundle.
Now we know the bite because that's going down the tide.
Well, if you just put it in the rest.
Oh, okay. So it goes straight in the rest now. Locking through there already. Pinched it. Been going for a while now, going for probably hour and a half, 2 hours. Just the one chub to show for it so far. No other bites either. Had a few plucky bites at the start when we were first tackling up. I was just getting my eye in. But other than that, nothing going on. But we have got hordes of canoes and kayakers coming down. It's a Sunday today, so it's going to be busy. It's a hot weekend. I don't suppose it would bother them that much to fish. I mean, a bit like out on the channel when you've got all the container ships going over the wrecks. I guess they just get used to it, so I'm not that worried about that. The geese aren't bothering me too much. They're down here. Big lump of meat on, and it's just gone a bit quiet, and we said we no bites or anything, so hoping there's a barbel in the swim somewhere, but we're going to keep trying. Another canoeist coming through now. But yeah, we're working hard here, but just the one chub to show for it.
You have to smell it because I've soaked it in krill and hemp.
What, the pellet?
Yeah, all of this.
And what size pellet do you use?
6 mil.
6 mil.
6 right up to 8.
There's not been much action because there's not been much action. I've called him back up. Craig is here with me now. He's put his rod down out here as well. He was further up in a shallower swim and obviously knows what he's doing, and he was banging out chub after chub, but I've been struggling. So we've come down here and we've tweaked a few rigs. We've tried a couple of different rigs, but still nothing as yet but we've got bright sunshine above us, kayaker, canoeists just bombing through, so it's against us a little bit, but we're hopeful. I've got a flat pair lead on at the minute with a hair rig onto a robin red pellet, and that's just pinned to the bottom. Half the trouble I was having with meat being inexperienced is you're trotting it down, but you never know if the meat's still there or if you're snagged up somewhere. So I think I said to Craig when I got here, I just haven't got the confidence to river fish yet, which is why we're doing this, to build it up. But it's a lovely setting, and we're still hopeful. A couple of hours yet potentially, see what we can do. But yeah, and Craig, no chub over 3, was it? No, so the chub nothing over 3. I think that one I had earlier was 2, 2.5, maybe 3. So yeah, about that size. No monsters, but Craig did have a 5. Was it 5 or 6?
About 5.5 yesterday.
Yeah, so Craig did have a 5.5 pound chub yesterday. So if you're going to catch a chub, which is a pain in the butt, a 5.5 pound one makes it a bit better. So that would be okay. I'll take that right now. But it is very slow here. But the other thing it could be is that there's some barbel in the swim and the chub don't want to be around them. So that's the other thing we've got. But we are trying and we're working hard. So fingers crossed we can pull it out. Even if it's at last knock-ins, we can knock something out.
It's a jumper. Is it there?
No, it's got something popping. No, I think it's there. Oh, gone.
Oh.
End of the day, it is now 5 o'clock. No barbel. Sunburned face, arms, I've just seen. Look at those arms, Jesus. But a great day by the river, nice and relaxing, new venue. Bit tough to get down, but we'll work something out. There'll be other swims I can do up and down the river, I'm sure. Chub for me, and Craig had a load of chub in another swim further up, but we've both not had anything in this swim since he came down. But yeah, tough. Really low river, lots of bright sunshine, about as not barbely as you can get, but it is what it is. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.